Robin from Raincross Farms Makery, and it is day 10 of our sourdough starter journey. So day 10 in the morning, and here is the starter that we began 10 days ago. So it is bubbly, it is raising a little bit, not fully doubling, but it is rising up and getting some good bubbles in there, gathering some yeast. So we are going to give it its morning feeding. In the mornings, we start with a discard. So we are going to remove all but about a half a cup of this. And I'm just going to put it in this jar. We will store it in the fridge. We will do some baking with it. And there we go. So I'm going to remove a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put a lid on this. I will end up storing this in the fridge, and we will bake something else. We've already baked pancakes. I'm toying between a banana bread made with sourdough, immature sourdough starter, or maybe some brownies. So I'll be sharing that with you soon. So we are going to give it its regular feeding. So I've got unbleached all-purpose flour. Again, quarter of a cup. And 3 tablespoons. I am really off today. 3 tablespoons of warm water. Just read the sign below. I'll give you the right information. And we're going to stir this up, incorporate it with what I started with. And I'm going to scrape down the sides. And clean up my fingers. Put its lid back on. And I'm going to lower down my rubber band so we can see how much rise we are getting out of it. So again, we will put this away for approximately 12 hours till this evening, and we will give it another feeding. Hopefully we will still continue to see bubbles, and hopefully we will see a lot more rising action. Now we also started a second kind of starter, and that is with the pineapple juice solution that I found online. So here is what we've got so far. So for the first 48 hours, the first 2 days, all we did is we added our whole wheat flour and pineapple juice, unsweetened pineapple juice. And for the first 48 hours, all we did is stir it vigorously a couple of times a day. Well, we've had our first 48 hours, so we're going to give it its day 3 feeding. It doesn't smell like it has gone bad. It still smells a little bit like that pineapple juice, which you would expect. So I'm going to read my instructions. So for day 3, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of our whole wheat flour. So here is our whole wheat flour. Let me get a dry tablespoon. So I'm going to give it 2 tablespoons of our whole wheat flour. I'm kind of giving heaping tablespoons because it was kind of thin. And then we are also going to give it 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice. Now, I didn't go and buy specific pineapple juice. I just bought some pineapple slices packed in unsweetened juice, drained those out, and so that's what I'm using. So we are going to do 2 tablespoons of that. I did let this sit out at room temperature. So I'm not putting it in cold, but I store the excess in the fridge. And then we are going to beat this up, stir it up, mix it in. Again, we're going to scrape down the sides. And we're not going to do anything to we're not going to add anything to this for another 48 hours. We are still going to stir it vigorously 2 to 3 times a day. And we will see how it does. And we should hopefully start seeing some action out of that by day 4. So sometime tomorrow, we should hopefully be seeing a little more progress with that. So our regular starter and our pineapple solution starter. If you are interested in my guides where I just kind of give you the basic information, I have a week 1 guide for my regular starter, week 2 and beyond for that same starter, and then the information on the pineapple juice solution starter. So if you want any of these guides, I have some free PDF files for you. So if you would just comment guide in the comments and I will get those to you. So I will tag on my evening video and we'll just post once a day. So pretty soon I will see you for that evening feeding. Bye-bye. Hi guys, good evening. It is day 10 and this is the PM feeding for my sourdough starter. We have been on this journey for 10 whole days. So it's late and I want to get to bed, so let's just get to it. Here is our regular one that we started 10 days ago. Again, it's rising a little bit. I've got some bubbles in there, so it's alive. It's just not super active. That's okay. We're gonna just keep doing this and let's give it its feeding for tonight. So as usual, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, unbleached. And 3 tablespoons of filtered warm water. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to stir that up, stir it in. And scrape it down. And put our little lid on it. And we are going to move up our rubber band so we can see, we can measure how much it is growing in between. So that's that. And then this is this is day 3 of our pineapple solution starter. It's a different method that I stumbled upon. And on day 3 this morning, we fed it with pineapple juice and whole wheat flour. And we are just going to vigorously stir it several times a day. It's looking good. I'm not seeing many bubbles. Actually, I'm seeing a few bubbles. So we don't do anything to it for the next day other than just stir it a couple times a day. So we are giving it its evening stir, scraping down the bubbles, scraping down the sides, and set that aside. And then we are set for the night. So thanks for joining me on this journey. I know it's kind of boring and monotonous, but sometimes it is what it is. Again, if you would like to get a copy of my guides for the pineapple solution method or week 1 and week 2 and beyond of our regular method, just comment down below guides and I will get you a copy of those. So thanks for joining us and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.